Hello, it's me again, Patrick Bitature, and I'm here today to share a Christmas message to all of you, especially the youth. So many of you out there, Christmas has arrived and you find yourself ill-prepared, and we can't postpone Christmas. It's one of those things that just comes on the 25th of December, ready or not. So what is my message to you this year? I've been sending out messages in the past, but maybe they are not going around as often as they are now. Social media seems to be getting a lot more traction. But from my heart to all of you, I sincerely wish you all a very Merry Christmas. And let's hope that the year 2020 is going to be an eventful year and everybody gets to live a more meaningful life. I often ask people, are you happy? Or what is the one thing you want most? And most of the people say, I'm not happy. Of course, often it's because of money. But money doesn't solve the problem of happiness. And happiness is a thing that so many of us know so little about. We all think we know what happiness is. And you think that if you get a little bit more of this or the other, you will become happier. Unfortunately, that is not true. There's a story of a king who came out of his house one day. And as he stepped out of his palace, there was a beggar. And the beggar was there, looked familiar, and he felt, what do you want? He was in a generous mood. He wanted to do something good so that it pleases him. So the beggar said, I have a begging bowl. Can you put something in here? Of course I can do that. I'm the king, I'm the most powerful person. So he promised to put some money in the beggar's bowl. How much do you want? Just fill my little bowl, sir. And said, that I can do. He called his finance man. Bring all the money and fill the beggar's bowl. Be careful what you wish for, the beggar noted, because this beggar seemed to have known the king. So the finance man brought gold coins and a lot of coins and put them in this bowl. But whenever they put the money in the hole, in that bowl, there was a hole, one imaginary hole, because it never filled up. The more they put in, the more it disappeared. So this hole never got filled up. The king was so determined, he called for the ministers of finance and all the people to bring whatever reserves there, because now the whole village had gathered and he was getting embarrassed that he could not fill this little bowl. So they brought all the coins and they kept pouring the wealth of the castle, of the kingdom, into this little bowl of the beggar. Until the end, the king's pride got out of his way. And he asked the beggar, what is it? How come I cannot satisfy this little bowl of yours? And he said, that is because human desires can never be satisfied. The more money we get, the more things we want. That is just an illustration of what that bowl was about. Human beings will never have enough. The more you are given, whether it is by God or by work, you always want more. A better car, a better house, more money, and that's how life is. So we've got to learn to be content. Then we start looking for happiness. So, to you young people, you think unless we have everything today, we're not going to be happy. Start from where you are and build slowly. I know there's so much more for you to accomplish because you have time on your side, especially because Ugandans' average age is 17. The people who are much older have accomplished most of the things that they're supposed to do in their life. People like me, we're at an age where we are going into the sunset of our lives. We need to look behind and see what can we give back. A doctor told me once that to be happy, you need 4 chemicals released in your body. The first one is endorphins. Endorphins are something the body releases when you exercise. Also when you laugh, a lot of laughter, it helps. So if you can get 30 minutes of exercise every day and somebody to make you laugh, whether it's a joke on your phone or read something that's funny, you're getting your daily dose of endorphins. That will help uplift you and keep you happy. The next one is dopamine. Dopamine is what you get when you accomplish something. Every time you get an SMS, and that's the problem with our social media. When your phone is silent for 6 hours, 8 hours, nobody has sent you a message. You're waiting for that dopamine, and it's addictive. You want that release. You keep checking your phone because you want a release of this dopamine. It's the same thing that marijuana gives you. It gives you that uplifting feeling. So you need to feel accomplished. And maybe that's why many of our housewives today are not happy, because they are not accepted, not appreciated for what they are doing. Many of them do a lot in the household, look after everybody, and they are not appreciated on a day-to-day basis. So you need to appreciate them, and that's what matters. The next one is serotonin. It sounds complicated, but it's actually a simple chemical. We all need this chemical, and this comes when you give to somebody. Like now I'm giving to the public, I'm giving to the youth. This gives my body a release of serotonin. When you do something good for your community, you feel some serotonin. It actually also helps you to sleep better. So you need that chemical to help you become happy. Lastly, you need a chemical called oxytocin. Oxytocin is a chemical released when you come in contact with another human being. When you're close to your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your children, your parents, you give somebody a hug. That is oxytocin. Your body releases that, and that gives you happiness. And that's why we encourage you to hug these little children. I have little nephews and nieces, and whenever I hug them, I call them my vitamin C, because they give me a special kind of vitamin C, not the one I get from the fruits. And that is also very important. So let's use this time at Christmas to hug the people who have been useful to us in our lives, the people we care for and those who care for us. Show them you appreciate them so that they can also feel uplifted. Let's try and teach people to be happy. In spite of having little money or a medium amount of money, happiness will come from these chemicals from within, because happiness is something that comes from within and not from outside. I want to end here. I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and let's make Uganda shine in 2020. There's so much we can do as a country, so much we can do as a region, East Africans, if this message goes beyond Uganda and wherever it is on this planet Earth. We have many challenges: climate change, economic challenges, China-America wars. Things are always going to be happening, but we must be happy and find that happiness from within. I want to end by wishing you all a very Merry Christmas. Thank you and Happy New Year. Happy New Year. A very Happy New Year.